Lebanese Prime Minister Saad Hariri has resigned, but the circumstances that led to the shock move are shrouded in mystery. His resignation is part of a much bigger geopolitical drama that is currently unfolding in Saudi Arabia and Lebanon. It came after the young Saudi prince and heir to the throne, Mohammed bin Salman, swept away rivals in an anti-corruption Game of Thrones-style purge. The crisis in Lebanon has analysts scratching their heads, and some fear it could lead to further war in the region. Here is what we know. Image posters of Saad Hariri in Beirut, with a caption reading, "We are all Saad. What's happened to Saad Hariri?" The precise whereabouts of Mr. Hariri has been unclear since he resigned from his post in an unexpected televised address from Riyadh on the 4th of November. Reading from a statement, he blamed his departure on Iranian meddling and the influence of Iran-backed Hezbollah, a militant group that plays a central role in Lebanese politics and shared a national unity cabinet led by Mr. Hariri. He has not returned to Lebanon since, despite the calls of Lebanese politicians and international observers who suspect that Saudi may be holding him under duress. Analysis: Lebanese crisis stirs Middle East tensions. Image: Mohammed bin Salman is the kingdom's modernizing heir to the throne. Why would Saudi Arabia hold the Lebanese prime minister? The circumstances of Mr. Hariri's stay in Saudi Arabia remain unclear, but he is a strategically significant player in the relations between the two countries. He holds dual Saudi citizenship and is backed by Saudi Arabia in the Lebanese government. The fragile power-sharing arrangement reflects the historic rivalry between Sunni power Saudi Arabia and Shia Iran, which are already fighting on opposing sides in Yemen and Syria. The new situation with Lebanon is part of an attempt to confront Iran and try to limit its influence, analyst Fawaz Gurges told Sky News. He said Saudi Arabia is likely trying to establish a regional and global coalition, supported by the United States and President Trump, to try and counter the Iranian presence. Saudi Arabia say it is trying to protect him from an assassination plot. Image: President Michel Aounel is seeking more information. What's the reaction? Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah, has made a public address accusing Saudi Arabia of detaining Mr. Hariri against his will. Lebanese President Michel Aoun has also asked the Saudis why the Prime Minister has disappeared. And Rex Tillerson, the U.S. Secretary of State, has warned against using Lebanon as a venue for proxy conflicts. Image: shops in Beirut are decorated with posters of Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince. What happens now? This is a tumultuous time for Saudi Arabia. In the week of Mr. Hariri's resignation, dozens of officials and royals were rounded up in the kingdom on corruption charges. Many analysts see that as an attempt to consolidate power by the relatively new crown prince. Saudi Arabia also closed the borders of Yemen after a missile from the country fired by Houthi rebels allied with Iran was intercepted near Riyadh. It also told its citizens to leave Lebanon and avoid all travel there. In Beirut, people are anxious about an escalation, but are holding demonstrations in support of Mr. Hariri, who many insist remains the prime minister. What's to come largely depends on Saudi Arabia's next move and will have bigger implications for the region.